session, so you will start now. Okay. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Tableau training. This is the introduction to the Tableau report for NCH. I'll just start from the login page. First, you need to go to tableau.nch.com and you enter username and your password, and you click on the sign in. And once you log in, you probably will be overwhelmed with a lot of reports over here. And I'll teach you how to navigate through the many reports. If you ever sort of bookmark or star your reports, you can filter them by clicking only my report, my favorite, and you only show your favorites reports. Otherwise, it will show you all the reports here. And personally, I would prefer to see them in the list view, where you can see all the reports based on the names or the ranking of number of views and so on. So just a very quick introduction on how the reports are sort of file format, I mean, in each folders. So so the report you should be looking at is APAC production reports. Under APAC production reports, we will have the sales contract versus non-contract, product volume, sales analysis, and so on. So today, I'm going to talk about this SC sales analysis with customer. So I'll be talking about this report today. And after you come in here, you can click on any of these pages. I'll start with reps. Okay. And you can sort of hide this so that we have more space. Just very quickly on the basic user interface, and over here on the top is each of the tab. Just like Excel or any tab control, you can click on the tab and you will navigate you through the different pages one by one. And Tableau is pretty heavy, so when you navigate through the pages, it takes a while. But what happens is that after you sort of gone through the pages once, the next time when you visit the pages again, it will be faster because it will be cached on your PC. Okay, that's number one. And number two is that I know that a lot of country managers feedback to me that they need to change the country, they need to change the currency. Sometimes they need to change the months, and every time they click the button, the whole thing takes a long time. So my recommendation to that is that you can click on this pause button first. After you click on the pause button, you can make a lot of changes as you want, and it will sort of, the changes will not be refreshed. You can make all kinds of filter changes, and then when you click on resume, then the data will start to update. So this is sort of like helps you to saves a little bit of time when you have a lot of filtering to do all at once. Okay.
I'm glad you said that you have to click the pause. What happens if you don't click the pause and you go straight?
If you don't click the pause, every filter that you change will be updated, and takes, so every filter you apply, you need to wait a while.
Oh, okay. So it's faster if you click the pause.
Yes, if you are making multiple filter changes. If you are using multiple filters, it will be faster if you click the pause button first.
Okay.
Because every filters, when you apply it, it will need to make an action and make the query to the server, and that takes a long time. Right. And then another thing is that another function you may find useful is the sort of subscribe function, but this subscribe function is it doesn't consider your filter, so it'll just send you the whole report. But if you set this subscribe function to, let's say, 16 hours CST time, it will be roughly 6 a.m. Korea Japan time. So this report will be emailed to you, to your mailbox. You can either subscribe to this view or you can subscribe to an entire workbook. I recommend don't select entire workbook because it's actually quite heavy. If you select this view, it will only send you this view, but it will not based on any of your filters. It will just use the default settings. Okay. So this is the subscribe function. And there's also an alert function. Alert function is it's sort of like when the sales rep reaches a certain target, an email will be sent to you automatically. So imagine if your sales rep reaches, let's say, 50K sales in this month, and on the day after the 50K has been reached, has been invoiced, the sales will be, the notification will be emailed to you, and you can imagine you can make a call and congratulate the sales rep. I think that's something which is would be very good. Okay, something I need to emphasize that this report in Tableau is based on invoice. So if there's no invoices, the sales will not be recorded here. So this is based on purely invoice. Another thing is that you can also download, because not everyone has access to Tableau. If you have some sales rep or some managers that has no access to Tableau, or whatever reason you wanted this to be captured or recorded, you can click on the download button and you see that there's an option of image, as well as the option of PDF. So once you click on that, the image will be generated, and you can attach this email as an email, and you can send it to your reps or your manager. So this is one of the functions you can do. Okay, so that's for the download. And sometimes you want to do some tabulation, and you want to see the data, the actual data. For example, like Philippines, you want to see this sales data here, and you want it to be in Excel format. You can click on any of these control. Let's say you want to download this this chart in the Excel format. You click on this chart and you click on the download button, and you click on cross tab. So cross tab is in Tableau, it means the Excel. So again, it will be downloaded in CSV format, which is viewable in Excel. And you can see that all the sales data here that that's in that chart is downloaded here. So you can see the month-to-date sales number here, and the sales.
That is our Kemakwara. As of today, he is already over $1 million pesos.
Yes. So this is in this example, I'm using Philippines. Yeah, this is peso. Okay. So so this is useful when you want to sort of you want to do some data sort of another different kind of tabulation. So you can use this download function. Okay, let's go back to the first page again. So I think I will just use Philippines as an example since we are in Philippines here. So from here you can see a month-to-date sort of table. You will not be able to see this table for, let's say, other months. You can only see the current month. Okay? You will not be able to see July or June or May. But for other parts of the reports, you will be able to see other months. So just a quick, very quickly, this pie chart here on the left is the specialty, which is the team. This is not products, and I think a lot of people get confused between team as well as and between team and products because they sound the same. So but it's not. This is team. So for example, the wastewater team. So if you click on the pie chart, so the pie chart is also a filter. Okay. If you click on the pie chart, let's say wastewater, you will be able to see the performance of the wastewater team. So this is the manager team, each of the manager team, and these are all the each individual sales rep in the wastewater. And you'll be able to see the sales of all the wastewater team members here, and the wastewater team, sales team here, and you'll be able to see the sales performance of the wastewater team. The green line is the current year, and the orange line is the previous year. That means as of the 17th of August, the wastewater team in Philippines is down 13.9%. Right. So a lot of this chart, if you mouse over, additional information will appear if you do some mouse over. And if you want to release the filter here, you just have to click on the pie chart again, and it will release. Okay. So let's say for regional manager. So let's say JK wants to know the sales of water treatment across Asia, across our whole region. What is the performance of water treatment? So he will have to select all countries, and then he will have to select water treatment. And sorry, I need to mention this, that when you select all countries, please change to US dollar. Otherwise, you are going to see only Korea because Korea local currency is big. So when you select all countries, please remember to select USD. So back to that question about water treatment. So if JK wants to see the water treatment performance for the whole year, I mean for this month of August, so he can click on water treatment, and all the team members in water treatment will be listed down in every country. So the number one is JK himself, and then followed by Philippines and Korea, and then Philippines and then Japan. So you can see the ranking here, and you can also see the.
So this is ranked according to the current sales.
This is according to US dollar.
Yes.
For all countries, and it's only for the water treatment team.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and he can see, for example, the performance over the whole month. That we are now 3.6% here. This is as of 17. So this is for the team. Okay. So let's say he wants to see the products. So how much sales water treatment products has been sold month to date. So please remember that this is for only team. So he has to click on here. You can see that this is similar to the marketing category. So if he wants to see the wastewater sales, so you need to click on this WTWT. Please note that this will not be updated. This table on the left doesn't change with this product category. There's some technical reason behind it, but basically it doesn't change. Okay. So once you click on this, it will show the wastewater product. Okay. The sales here one thing, please note that the sales here is not the sales figure of this sales rep. It's total sales rep. So this sales is only the wastewater product sales, okay, of this sales rep. So this sales, let's say this sales rep sells a lot of cleaning service, sells a lot of wastewater or other stuff. You will not be able to see his sales. You'll need to see the water treatment sales. So, so let me go back to all again. And please see that once you change here, again, the pie chart changes as well. It shows that it means that 60% of wastewater product is sold by, not wastewater, sorry, water treatment product is sold by water treatment team. Okay. Again, if you go to let's say you want to know cleaning service, okay, so you click on empty cleaning service, then the filter will start to work, and you will show that 48% of the cleaning service product is sold by industry maintenance team, and 20.97% of cleaning service is sold by lubrication team, and so on. So all this will be updated accordingly. Yeah. So this is the, and it gives you the sort of the overviews of the performance of a sales rep. And then the second tab is about customers. So who are we selling to? So for this, I will use probably Japan. Japan as an example. So you'll be able to see the top customer month to date in Japan, and also you'll be able to, you will also sort according to the top industry in Japan, and you will be able to see the sales of each province, each prefecture in Japan, and you can zoom in. So this you can zoom in here. You can also pan. Yeah, there's a pan function. Okay, the pan function. So you can see the name of a prefecture and also the sales. So those color that's darker in color, it means it has a higher sales. Those lighter in color or no color means they will have a lower sales. So you can see
the sales that is indicated here, does that indicate all the specialization for that area?
Yes, all specialization, all products, all sales rep.
On that prefecture?
Yes, but please note that depending on how the sales invoice is written, sometimes the address is not recognized by the system, then it will not be recorded. I choose Japan because most of the sales invoices, when the order entry guys enter into the operation guys and enter the order entry, they do it quite correctly. So so Japan, in terms of the mapping, geographical mapping, Japan is the most accurate as from what I see. And when you click on the map, it will also show you who are the customer in that area. Okay, it will filter what are the industry. Okay, what are the industry and what are the customer in that area. So you can see that why you can make some analysis on why who are we selling to? Why are we selling so much in this prefecture? Because it will show you the top customer. It will not show you all the customer. It will show you the top 150 customer in that country. Okay, so there may be 200, there may be 300 customer in in this province. But if they are not one of the top 150 customers in that country, it will not be shown here. Right? This is to sort of speed up the Tableau report. Of course, I can show all the customers if I want to, but I sort of add an additional criteria. Otherwise, it will take a long time. So again, so let's say if we use if we change to Korea for this page, I change to Korea for. So this is the products analysis of the products that is sold in Korea in US dollar. So you can see that month to date sales, the percentage of contract versus non-contract. It means that 30% of the sales that are invoiced are contract and 70% are non-contract. And you can play around with the kind of different product category. For example, if you want to see, okay, water treatment, again, let's go to water treatment. Okay, so water treatment sales, you can see that about in Korea, 54% are contract, and the top product is cooling tower contract, and then followed by some of the off-the-shelf products. And let's say you select lubrication. If you click on lubrication, you see that it's 100% non-contract. So all lubrication sales in Korea are non-contract month to date in August. Okay, and let's say if you choose Bio-M, okay, wastewater Bio-M, you will see that it's 100% contract in Korea. It's 100% contract. So you can see like what kind of what are we selling to the customer, and are they contract, non-contract, and stuff like that. And also, for example, if you are interested to see what are the products we are selling as contract, so you click on contract, the pie chart contract, and then you can see that, oh, for the top contract products, and in fact 47%, half of the contract sales are cooling tower contract, and then there are about 9.42% they are Bio-M CCU, and then Drain Cobra, and these are all the contract sales in Korea, and 70%, 71% of the contract sales are sold by the not the team, sorry, so are water treatment products. So this is product. Okay. So you can click on this, and then if you want to see sort of year to date, the year to date data, you can click on this this monthly tab. You can see again, here is the team, here is the products, here is the contract, non-contract, and this is per month basis versus previous month. This is year to date, cumulative year to date. So let's say you want to know industry maintenance team. So Joseph's team, Joseph want to know how is his team doing in Korea. So this is again still in Korea. Then he will be able to see the performance of the maintenance team in Korea every month. The first month was down 5.7%. Second month was up 1.1%, and July was down. August, we just in the middle of August, so it's down, of course. So year to date, let's say year to date, as of July, year to date, then the maintenance team in Korea is actually down 2.46%. So he can switch to, let's say, Australia. Okay. Say Joseph want to know how Australia is doing. So this filter will still maintain. Okay. So Australia maintenance team, so is doing very good. In May, is doing excellent in June, and very well in July. So for the whole year to date up till July, the maintenance team in Australia is actually up 33%. So that's a very big number, and you can see that almost half of the products sold by the maintenance team are maintenance products, and about almost 30 a third of the products are lubrication, and about 23% of the invoice are contract. So you can click on these three to play around. Please note that for this one, the one in the middle, you if you click it, it doesn't filter. You have to select this drop down box. This is technical limitation because it's the secondary data. So it will still work the same. So let's say Richard want to know about the BioM in Australia. So the BioM products in Australia is 99% contract, and 55.74% of by value are sold by the wastewater team. And he can see the products of this BioM every month. So it's down, it's up, and it's almost flat. But as of July, well, it's almost flat for the BioM product. And the same thing, if he asked me a question like the drain maintenance was down, so he can see that why the sales was down here in Australia. And you can also of course see all countries. And if you click on all countries, you'll be able to see. So the drain maintenance is actually not that bad if you include all countries. But please know that one thing, just forgot to mention, is that because India data was not included in FY17, so but is included in FY18. So sometimes you need to minus off a certain percentage from here to compensate the India data that is not included. So again, let's go back to the default. And so let's say if Donglen wants to know contract, so contract, how is the contract performance in Asia, all countries? So if you click on contract, you will see that, oh, the contract sales by value is actually up in May, up in June, up in July. So overall, it is up by 12.49% year to date, July. So contract sales is doing well. So what is not doing well is obviously the non-contract sales. Then if you click on non-contract sales, you will be able to see that non-contract sales is not doing as well, not doing so well on the average. And I've also added the same thing for the quarterly. We just finished quarter one recently, so you'll be able to see the quarter number here. It's the same thing, so I'm not explaining about the quarter. Team management. So personally, I like this team management tab, but it's very heavy. I recommend the team management, you use this tab like once a month with your manager. For the country manager, I would think that if you use this team management tab once a month with your managers, with your NSM, and the same thing for the regional managers, if you use this team management tab once a month with your NSM in the region, I think it will be very good. So what this does is that it merges everything here and give you sort of like a report card of all the sales, okay, of your manager of this region. And I forgot to reset this. Okay, so I think we know that we need to your managers need to for example, you review performance of the sales rep. Okay, let's say your manager, your NSM has to review the performance of the sales rep every week, once a week, right? So when they talk about how is your sales, how are you doing with your sales, and how is your performance, how the manager can help the sales rep, and stuff like that. When you talk about stuff like that, you need to have some data, right? You need to have some data to talk about areas of improvement, or areas that they have done well. So in the management training, as Don has mentioned, that you have to praise them. You have to tell them that what they have done well, where they have done well, and you need to praise them. And one thing that how you can praise them is that you have the data to see where they are doing well, and then you praise them in a very, very precise way. So let's say if you click on the specific sales rep, okay, you click on the specific sales rep here, okay, and this will show sort of like a report card of that specific sales rep. That this sales rep has been up like, wow, about 1,000% up, and he has been selling a lot of maintenance products. So all his product is non-contract. So if let's say the managers wants the sales rep to improve, let's say not a contract sale, so he can base on this and say that maybe you can take a look at improving some contract sales by selling other products, because I can see that you are selling a lot of maintenance and lubrication products. So something like that, or he can make some comment, and for example, like this area that you are selling, maybe the area that is next to your province is also under him. So you may also make some comment about which customer he should be visiting, and things like that. So so I think this tab is pretty good when you do individual review with your sales rep. I mean the manager to the sales rep. And let's say if we pick someone who is not who is somewhere in the bottom. So again, this sales rep is from maintenance. Okay, he did better than last year. So maybe you can praise him, and then he has been selling a lot of ND. That is good. And also what the industry he has been selling to, who are his top customer here. So I think the manager can make some comment like once a week, like what are they selling, who are they selling to, and which product are they selling, and make some comment on that. Okay.
Yeah.
So and then we move on to the focus rate is I think previously Dongan has mentioned about like focus, like let's say the maintenance team. This is the team. This is the maintenance team. So the product that is sold to the I mean the maintenance product is like 54% in May, 61% in June, 53% in July, and overall it's like 56.5% of the products sold by the maintenance team are maintenance products. So this is the focus rate. And the same thing for lubrication. In this is Japan. Is that lubrication team, 37% of the products sold by lubrication teams are lubrication products. Yeah, I think we should use the Philippines for this demonstration. So Philippines has a very, very high focus rate. For example, like the food safety is of course very high, it's like 80%. The maintenance is also very high. So 76.67% of the products sold by maintenance team are maintenance product, and lubrication is a little bit divided between, but it's still the top product. Half of the products sold by the lubrication teams is lube, and the water treatment is also very focused, it's 86%, and the wastewater is also very good at the 64%. So I think Philippines is a very good example to show here on the focus rate. Okay, and then there's another two tab here is more on finance side, is the plan. How far are you from the plan figure? For example, let's say let's take um, let's take Philippines for example. So the first percent 0.6 is the sales growth against the plan, and then the second line is the sales of the month, and the third line is the plan. Okay, and the last is the sales minus plan. Okay, so this means that Philippines is above plan in the month of May, and Philippines is also above. Philippines is below plan for the month of June, and Philippines is above plan for the month of July. So you can see the plan. What is the gap? The gap between the plan and the actual sales. So you can see that by plan, and you can also see that by specialty. And for example, because we also have plan for each specialty, so you can also filter through the specialty.
Question.
Yes.
In this mandate, can we do the individual sales rep? No.
We don't have plan. We don't have plan for individual sales rep. That is not captured by the finance.
Yeah, because that could be a good. We can actually put this based on the Hawaii trip. You know what I mean? So how far are they from the Hawaii objective or Hawaii goal?
Sure, definitely. Right now, Makoto-san is working on that, on the how far the working on that to build into Tableau. Yeah, how far the sales rep is from their qualification.
Yes, and they can see that every month.
Yes, every month, every day.
Yeah.
So you can, from here you can, yeah, this is plan, and you can also see the plan by specialty. Okay, because we only, the plan data by the finance team is 3 dimensions. It's only 3 dimensions. One is by the date, one is by the specialty, one is by the country. So we don't have a plan for individual sales rep. So it's the same thing here. The plan by the specialty. Yeah, and you can switch by the dates here. So it's sort of just a different different kind of dimension. So, and here is the product line. Sometimes sales, the regional manager asks me like which product is in which country, which product is not in which country. So here is sort of like you can see if there's a sales figure there. That means it's in that country. If there's no sales figure there, that means it's either not in that country or not. They are not selling it. The product is not moving. Okay, so this is sort of breakdown in more details here. So, yeah. So this is the product line. Data check. This is mainly just for me to sometimes to verify the data. So you don't need to know about this data check. But the data check is a very good page for you to download the raw data. So as I mentioned about this data function here, you can, I mean the download function here, you can download the raw data, and then you can then yeah, make some analysis. So this is by this is sort of by the specialty. Not talk about this too much. The marketing report. So this marketing report is we have this marketing report here, but it's a little bit different from what Makoto-san has sent. I think we should follow the one that is sent by Makoto-san, because he makes some manual adjustment after this data. So I'm not talking so much about this. And then there will be a corporate account report. Corporate account report will be based on our 2 definition, 50K accounts, and also those sales by the corporate account team. So you can select here, and you can select the country, and here you can see the corporate account. And last is the product history. This was requested by Richard. So he wanted to know the sales of the product over the months. For example, like last week, he was asking, 2 weeks ago, he was asking why drain maintenance was down. Okay, yeah. So he wanted to know why drain maintenance was down and in which country. So from here, he can run through all the countries, and he can see the sales of the maintenance. The drain maintenance product, and he can tabulate himself, and from here he can understand which are the drain maintenance product that is down, so you can make some.
Yeah, I think so. This is good for the production people, for the operations manager, for their forecast product per month. I think because right now our operations manager is asking what are your forecasts for the month in terms of product. So looking at this, I think this is a good basis for them to manufacture those products.
Yes, that's right, and that is the product by sales value. This is again by sales value. We have one for production would be good if the operation would be good if they have that for volume. So I have this in volume by volume number. This is on another report. So this is helpful if the operation wants to know a forecast. Yeah, it'll be better in volume.
Where did you go to see the volume?
Okay, you go to again, go to production, go to APAC production report, and if you sort by the name, you can see the second one is S product volume.
Okay.
Yeah, so that will be based on volume.
The first one that you show is the sales.
Yeah, the first one that we have been talking today is for the SC sales analysis with customer. Everything here are by sales value.
Okay.
Oh, as product volume. Okay.
Yeah, there's S product volume is by volume, because especially for the Chem Aqua products, because Chem Aqua products, we capture them for example, like the cooling tower contract, right? When we sell cooling tower contract, there's a lot of products inside the contract. Then you will not know which products actually moving a lot, right?
Yeah.
Because it is all grouped under the contract sales. So if you want to know like which individual products that is moving a lot, right? Then you have to look at the volume. And this capture the volume. Yeah. So it's more, it will be helpful for the operation on making forecasts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a lot of
this product volume. So product volume means, for example, Japan, right? Acticolor. That's a package 20 kg drum. For example, FI17, we sold 133. Means we sold 133 drums, right, of 20 kg Acticolor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, this is because this is 20 kilo per drum. It means it's 133 drums.
Yeah. Okay. 133 drum. Okay.
Not 133 liters.
Yep. Okay.
Very nice.
So we actually today I'm not only talking about this SC sort of sales analysis with customer, but I actually have other reports here because they are sort of on and off requested by regional manager or some country manager or some national sales manager. So I created them. like for example, this one, Japan, they requested this, like they want to know the sales of contract versus non-contract every month, by product category, by the marketing category. So here they can see these sales.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So if you have time, you can take a look at some of these contract here, and they, yeah. And
So-
I can create also more of this report if that's necessary.
So Azlan here, I have one question
Yes.
before you end. Regards to the customer, right? You said you only listed up 150 customers in the Tableau,
Right.
and let's say if I want to search by customers, can I do that? Or only those? Number one, if I want to search a customer, can I do that? Number two, if the customer is not inside the 150 customers that you listed up, would that be shown in the report?
I will. Okay. Number two is that you will not be shown in the report. That's definitely because I only list 150 in that country, the top 150 in that country, or top 150 regionally. So
Oh, okay.
definitely you will not be shown.
Right.
I can try to create a separate report that it will show all customers. That's not an issue. That's actually quite easy to do. So if you need that, and if you also need to search, I can also add a search function. It will be searched by of course a customer name, keyword, and anywhere in between, as long as there's a word in between the name. It doesn't you doesn't have to spell the full name, and I can do that. I can create a separate report that allows you to search by customer name, and it will list down all customers. But what kind of like dimension or parameters do you want to see? Just the sales value by
Yes.
month? Sales
Yes.
value by month.
Yes, because I searched not all, then I understood just now that you mentioned only 150 customers, so not all is inside.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. That's not an issue.
Right, thank you.
So
Song,
yes.
is the operations manager registered to the Tableau?
Yes. All finance manager, operation manager, country manager, and national sales manager, and the regional managers are registered with a Tableau account. However, what they can see will differ. Yeah. So some reports you can see, but they cannot see. So basically the finance manager has the highest commission, followed by the country manager, and then after that is the operation manager, and then the regional and the NSM. NSM has the lowest permission settings.
Yeah. I suggest we do this per country, the one that we're doing now, and the audience will be the operations, the finance, and the national sales manager.
Well, this video is recorded, so I will send out the video to you after this, and you can share it with anyone you need. So I will stop the broadcasting now. So I think it's almost time for